All right, anyway, so hopefully now you can actually hear my sound. That's good. And let me know if it's still too loud or if I should adjust it any quieter. My music, I'm noticing, isn't working too. I feel like for something, everything, trying to allergy up. I am not allergic to you. I don't know what's going on. I survived everything. I thankfully did not get, I've been continued to test negative for COVID-19, so I seem to be lucky on that front. Where is, oh. Do you hear music now? All right, let me know if you hear the music and if the music is too loud. This is one of those awkward things where I'm not quite sure how to test these things before they start. It's my own ignorance, so yeah, you get to discover it with me. Sorry about that. But again, let me know. I'll actually start now. As I proceed, though, please let me know if I'm too loud, if the music's too loud, all that kind of good stuff. I also try to actually be able to talk. Jeez. All right, here we go. I think we're gonna forget the last 4 minutes. Now we're starting. Hi there. Welcome to the Builder's Block here on the Transverse Network. I am Jess. You are awesome, and we are gonna build some fun things. So yeah, let's talk about what the deal is, especially if you are new to this whole experience, to the Transverse Network, or to the Builder's Block in particular. This is a show that happens every week, every Wednesday, but there are different builders. So I'm one of the builders. We also have Emily, who does awesome Star Wars droids, customizes and paints and builds and makes them go around. They're pretty awesome. We also have Rosa, who does tiny mech kits, makes tiny mecha units, which is super cool. And then I do custom Lego stuff. And every now and then we have some awesome guest participants as well, which is included last week. So yeah, I know I've been gone for a while. In fact, I think I've missed 2 in a row. Hi, Ava. I think I missed 2 sessions in a row. One was the day I was scheduled to do it was the day of the biggest launch of at least the year, possibly my career. We had a very big site launch, which I was in charge of. So that was not a good day. In case things had gone wrong, I would not have been in a good mindset to be ready to actually do this. So I had to miss back on the 15th of December. But now the new Faj.com is live, so check it out. I don't know why you want to, but if you do, hey, me. And a whole bunch of other people, like literally hundreds of other people. But that was, my big project was relaunching Fudge.com. And then I flew to Colorado for Christmas, and I was out there with family. And so I came back on the day I was next scheduled to be on. So I continue to screw things up, but here, a week later, much delayed, I'm back with you, and I'm very excited to be here. Yeah, thank you, Sonia. I'm so happy to be here too. Yeah, so I'm going to be building some custom stuff. I'm going to be continuing to work on the trans train. There, that is a representative picture, but I actually started to build an engine, a locomotive that is in the colors of the trans flag. I'm going to do other cars in the train of other different identities. I tried to prepare so much. I thought I had this vision of what I was going to do. I thought it was good. And so I thought I could spend a day figuring it out. I dramatically underestimated how complicated it was. So we're going to do a little bit more figuring out on the fly than I had hoped to do. I actually had all these things set up. I'm trying to see if I have which camera. I had this like little tray set up that I was going to put pieces in for different units, and it was going to be all so organized. And it quickly fell apart into a crazy mess as I realized just how involved it was that I was not fully ready for. Such is life, though. Keeps it interesting. That's okay. But yeah, I thank you for your indulgence, both not only on the sound problems at the start, but now on what we're actually going to build. But hopefully together we will figure it out and we will have fun along the way. Now, before I dive in, I just wanted to show off a little bit of merch here. I don't know if you noticed. I'm wearing a Transverse t-shirt in the full Pride colors. And then I'm also, sorry, the mirror reversing keeps throwing me off. I'm also wearing the trans sweatshirt. So a couple of the items. I also got this big pad, this mat. I thought it was a mouse pad. I did not read the description right. It is an enormous desk pad, so I've not figured out where to put it yet. But I also got the big desk pad for the Transverse stuff. Hey, Ashley. So yeah, I got all that, all the gear. I'm probably gonna take off the hoodie in a little bit. It tends to get very hot when I'm doing this, but for now, I'll leave it on. But yes, so you too can have these awesome things and help support the network if you so choose. But there are a number of fun things and a lot of different cool options through the site, which I forget the link of, but hopefully someone remembers the link of, and we can put it. Oh, I think I just saw it in the. I see a link at least to all things offered by the channel. Yes, thank you for ever did a good job and put that in the chat. But that's where I got the merch, and you might enjoy it too. Okay. So I want to build. We're gonna build the trans train. I'll talk about what I did. I also want to talk a little bit about how the holidays went, which I know can be sometimes a triggering thing for different people. I hope it's okay that I talk about it. But I had a very different holiday experience this year, not just because of COVID, and it went very well. And that's something I'm still a bit shocked. Not shocked. In some ways, it was surprisingly normal, but I'm amazed that it was normal because it was my first time doing Christmas presenting, and so that was pretty nifty. So that was a neat time. So I'll chat a little about that too. But before I do that, before I do the personal chatting and sharing, and so I see my belly, and before I start actively building the new stuff, let me show you where we left off last time. So I will bring over. So I did not finish the engine on my last show, when I actually started to make the trans train, the actual part that would be trans themed, the engine pulling along this pride train. I didn't finish it. Again, like everything I'm discovering, I dramatically underestimated how challenging it would be to build and how quickly I could compensate for that challenge. So it took me a little bit. After the show ended, I couldn't stop building. I'm like, I want to figure this out. I want to get it right. And in my head, I'm like, I'll build it part way and then I'll unbreak it down and then I'll be able to do it on stream. But then I knew it was going to be a long time until I was back. I did not trust myself to remember what I was doing. And frankly, I just got too caught up in it. So I finished the engine that was started last time. It's a little different than where we left off. So here it is. And I know I have the purple lights on, which I think is just kind of a neat effect. It may not be as obvious because I have key lights on me lighting me up, but I did add a light here. So this, I don't know if this will help or hurt. It might be too bright. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But I added a light here. Yeah, that's a lot of glare, I feel like. Nope. All right, I don't know. we'll play around with that. But hopefully we'll make it so that you can all clearly see what I'm doing, even when the lights above me are a different color. Like this. They're all of them are the color of this. Here and behind my desk and behind that desk. In fact, I think I can show you a cool little overview of all the lights going on. See, I tricked you. I was going to start talking and then I lied. I did something else entirely. So this is a look at my desk area. I'll go a little bit bigger. This is my actually I'm connected to this computer right now. This monitor I'm looking at just happens to be, in this camera and this mic are connected to the computer back behind me. That's where I do most of my work, but you can see I was very proud I got those lights going on behind the desk too. So you can see that little, it continues kind of like all the way around the room. And this is also fun. I just got this camera, but I have this little camera that lets me pan things in and out. So here's a view of the whole room. I think the camera's probably tilted a little bit too high. Whatever, I'll fix that later. But the cool thing is I can not only be fully zoomed out, but I can also zoom back in. See, the train's up on the upper parts of the wall around me. Oh shoot, what did I do? See, that's why I didn't look at my phone. All right, here we go. But I can drag things around on my phone and it will pan to different parts of the image. Whoa. And have a very different color effect. It's not blue in here, but I don't know why it went blue all of a sudden. And then we can pan back through here. There's the other edge of my desk. Is it messy under my desk? A little bit. But yeah, it's just kind of fun. So that's this, you can zoom out to different levels. Alright, that's the latest. I have a lot of toys, obviously. I go a little bit too insane. I like to say it's being slightly later in life and no kids to spend toys on, so I fill in and get all the toys for myself. But I yeah, I continue to enjoy it. This is all right, I'm sorry, I'm gonna be done babbling about the gadgets, but that was just, I wanted to show that off a little bit. Okay, back to what I built. All right, so here is the finished trans train engine. Ta-da! So hopefully you can make out the colors okay. We have the light blue, the light pink, the white for transmasculine, transfeminine, and questioning non-binary. Also just checking in chat, make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh yes, it is kind of transcolored. Yeah, I tend to do like the pink purpley shade or magenta shade sometimes for my office. It can be any color, but I like those shades. But yeah, so when you last saw this, there's a number of things that were different. For one thing, the window was farther back. It was one stud farther back, which I felt actually looked a little doofy. I didn't like it as much as when I brought the window forward. The full front portion was 2 studs longer. I thought it was too much blue and not enough room for the pink on the back, so I shortened it up. I moved it forward a bit. The pink, the back had not been finished yet. I hadn't tackled that part yet. I didn't have any of the gold attachments on here or the railings on. I added this little bar down the middle. I don't know how great it is, but I just thought it looked like a little more like there's segments of the window, I guess. Add little horns, the light looking ahead. Yeah, the engine, the back with the rear, the lights, and then you can like walk through into the compartment. And of course I put on the actual bogies, the actual engine and wheels to make it all go. So here is the new engine, and then the other neat thing about it is all open-upable. It's a patented term. So there we go. Here's the back. So the whole back is just attached to these studs right here, and there's the battery pack. So you can pull the battery pack out, swap it, place the batteries, all that kind of good stuff. Hit go, and it will carry away, and then we can put that back on there. And the other thing to note, and it's part of why this ended up being so complicated. Come on, camera, focus, focus. Maybe it's too much light. This thing's touched, and I can't ever remember where. There we go. Is that any better? Not really. All right. Come on, cameras, just stay focused. All right. This is the whole train is 7 studs wide. I know I've babbled on about this before, but most trains, most Lego things tend to be even numbers. And most trains particularly are 6 wide or 8 wide. This is 7 wide because I thought it looked like a nicer ratio, but also made it vastly more difficult to construct to be that odd number. And so you can see some of that kind of playing out here. There's 3, 1, 3, and this thing is kind of these 3 right here with 2 on either side. All these odd numbers are not the easiest to construct, so it's a little bit more complicated to build, but I think the end result looks pretty nifty. So there we go. There's the engine. So the start of our train is, I think, complete and ready to start pulling the load and getting the Pride train moving. All right, slide this off to the side. So, other cars. I want to build other parts of this train. And the thinking was that I could build different cars that aligned with different identities along the way. That there could be, you know, a bear car and a gender fluid car, an asexual car, a lesbian car, all kinds of different, you know, kind of almost any particular identity that strikes my fancy or that I feel like I can do something creative with, as well as thinking about what pieces I actually have, which is a big part of how tonight ended up being much more complicated than I realized. Because my thinking was to start with, and I am going to do it, it's just not as out of the box ready to go as I had hoped, a car transport. So I'm going to do a car that will carry, a rail car that will carry carry automobiles on it. And I figured they will be Subaru Outbacks, and it will be in the colors of the lesbian flag. So I'm going to be the lesbian car transport is the next car on this train. Hey, Emily. So that's the thinking. That's what I'm going to try to build. I was starting with the cars and trying to see what colors I had to do the cars, and that's where things got a little away from me. That's where things end up being a little bit more complicated than I had hoped. I'm thinking about how to do this. I'm going to briefly stand up and adjust this camera so I can point down at one of the build surfaces where you can see all the parts that were arrayed. Then we'll come back here and we'll start to build the first car, see how well we do, and hopefully carry on and finish off all the cars. So that's the plan. We're going to start with the cars, build the Subarus. I have the parts laid out for the train as well, the base parts, but I didn't actually know how tall the vehicles would be because I want to build a double-decker train car. So we'll find out. All right. So stay 1 second. I am going to adjust this camera above me and we'll carry away. I'll do it. I'll randomly aim the camera back here. All right. Okay. It's a little better aimed. It's weird how blue it is. I have no clue why that is. It's probably some setting I hit that I don't know that I hit. But it's like when I go to other parts of the room, I feel like it warms up. Maybe I'm imagining that. There, that feels a little bit warmer, right? And then I come down, it's warm, then blue. Well, it's a little better now. Okay. So, oof, don't like that angle myself. We're gonna pull that camera over there. Hey, here's all the things where I attempted to array. There's even a little bit more that's just off the frame where I had all the bogies, all the wheel parts set up for the train cars, the rail cars. But like I said, I want to start with building the actual vehicles that will go on the car carrier. And that's where things got a little more complicated than I realized, because I can have different colors and different pieces, but that's not saying I have the right pieces in that color to build something. And so in this case, where I wanted to build this car, I started with dark pink. It actually looks a little light pink on the camera to me, but it's actually dark pink. Here's light pink in comparison, which is almost white in this light. I'm just all over the place with lighting, and that really doesn't seem to help. It just makes it even brighter. Great ideas that don't pan out. Turn off. There you go. But yeah, so this hot pink color, I do not have nearly as much of that as I had hoped. That's like here, and this bag, and all of these pieces are like the tiny 1x2 or 1x4 bricks. No curves, no plates, no inverted slopes, just bricks, and not very helpful when it comes to trying to form the shape of a car. So I got, this is going to be my starter car. I was going to like figure it out once, then assemble all the pieces for all the other colors the same way, and then I'd be able to like boom, 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 march through and assemble all of these. And that's what's going on right here, where I was starting to pull together pieces for the orange, pieces for the white, while I was doing the dark pink. But it fell apart pretty fast when I realized I didn't really know what I was doing with the front of the car. I still have not quite cracked it. So that's what we're going to try to crack. We're going to try to get this right, and then we will build the other cars. I just realized too, I forgot to grab any of the windshields out of a closet, so I'll have to go get those. I don't know. I can feel Ashley scolding me, and you're right. I think I took off this week. I thought having a day to figure this out would be enough and get other chores done. I should not have done the other chores, and I probably should have taken 2 days. This is definitely more complicated than I had mistakenly assumed. But such is life, right? Such is life. I'll also crack open a beer while we do this. I'm doing Life in the Clouds. I think it's an IPA. New England IPA. Got a little pint. And a nifty glass. And a lot of foam, but that's good. We'll bring out the flavor. All right. Let that settle. Cool. Hey everyone. Sorry, I'm also catch up on chat. I'm a little bit better this time. I have the chat right above the camera instead of off to the side, so hopefully I can like kind of look at you and the chat simultaneously. We'll see how it goes. All right, so where did I leave off on this? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna build, but maybe I'll do a little interlude and talk about the trip, or show pictures from the trip, because it was pretty awesome. Okay. One thing, I think I saw someone else do an Outback, a Lego Outback, and I thought it was pretty nifty. In Hawaiian, sorry, I'm just reading, catch up on chat. It had these little lights kind of underneath, which I thought would be a nice effect. I thought that would be appropriate and look kind of like an Outback, and it would go there, and then there's a little double layer for the grill. I don't know, it was pretty nifty, and I tried to recreate it and I failed. Camera, why do you hate me? There we go. So this is, I'm currently stuck trying to figure out how to add these to the bottom here without adding a lot of bulk to the car, basically, or bulk to the front of the car. I also need to put in the grill on the front there. So that's where I trailed off, and then I realized, oh crap, I need to go do my makeup because we're about to start. Why not a BRZ? I'm sad to say I do not know what BRZ is. I don't know if you're reacting to me or if you're reacting to something else in the chat, because I apologize. I don't think I fully followed what was happening in the chat. Look at my grill. And yeah, the autofocus. I mean, I guess I can turn off and like do a fixed focus, but I don't really know how to do it. Oh, side note. Here's a little app on my phone for the other camera if we were doing that. I'll slide that to the side. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some pieces and we're going to experiment. This is a pool of angled plate pieces. And so one thought is that there might be some smaller pieces in here that will do the trick. Unfortunately, a lot of them are in colors I don't want, like dark brown. I want dark gray. It's also probably going to be too low. Keeps it interesting, I guess. Keeps it interesting. All right, here's a dark gray that's too wide. That won't go on there on its own because it's too short, but I can make it taller. Huh, that might work. It's not quite the gap I wanted, but that's okay. Ooh, what is this too? That work? Probably not. Can reverse the light, but there'd be nothing on the back. Sorry, I'm just gonna talk to myself here. Actually, let me experiment here on the fly, which is how we do it, right? This could work. This could work. Oh, shoot. All right. So the whole front of the car falls off. All right. Again, what I'm doing, I'm trying to make this match this vision I have for how the front of the car would look. My original vision did not work out, mostly because I did not have the available pieces that well, the fact is I probably have the pieces. They're probably almost certainly in the back of my closet with the enormous amounts of other Lego pieces I have buried far, far away. And because I have not gone through and sorted all those pieces, I have no idea where they are or even what's actually accurately in there. So the pieces are unavailable for use. Let's do this. There. And this would be the fastest I've ever gotten into building versus my usual endless babbling. So you're welcome, I guess. All right, I like that. Let me grab some lights. I already had them out. So what I'm doing now is, before I had these lights that were like little smooth tiles that were on top of a piece. They went on top of the stud. I'm going a different direction. I'm instead taking a normal clear piece with a stud on top, and I'm inserting it into this little angle piece I just wedged on there. And we're gonna see if this looks remotely okay on the end product. It's kind of all right. They're a little lower than I'd like, but still, it's all right. Yeah, let's say it'll do for now. Maybe I can come back later and think of something, but we're gonna call it good enough, I think. Let me size this aside. So now, I'm gonna finish the grill on the front of the car. So I'm gonna, as usual, in my poor planning, slide off to the side, grab some pieces, and come back. Oh, my bracelets. Thank you. I love these. So this is a replacement. So I got this one bracelet with all the colors of the pride flag represented in different shapes of dye. And the whole leather band kind of had this mottled color effect to it on the leather. It's my favorite by far. And when I was traveling for my annual beer dive bar tour with friends, which was also a blast because we were lucky to be able to get it in the interim between the little space between Delta and Omicron, where we all thought we were safely vaccinated. I mean, we were all safely vaccinated. We just thought we could also be out and about again. And it was my first time presenting with the group. They were awesome. It was great. But at some point, I lost this band, and I was so sad. So I found the company that made them, because originally it was an extra with heartbeat dice. I bought these dice, and you got this extra bracelet with it. They are sold out. You can't get it. I don't think you can even get the original one I had anywhere. But I found the company that made them in the UK, and this just arrived yesterday. So I have my trans color dice leather bracelet. I also have a pride one and an all black one, and one I got as a gift. And then this one I got in Provincetown with Ashley, who's in the chat, and Jessica, who might be in the chat. And this I got at Meow Wolf in Denver, which is an awesome place. Meow Wolf's, all of them, the original in Santa Fe and Denver. I've been to both of those. They're amazing. I have not been to the Vegas one yet, but really want to. Can't recommend them enough. Incredible experiences. So there you go, Skin Slip. A long babble from your otherwise innocent question. Oh, Ava, you're going. That's so awesome. I mean, I think you told me that, but awesome. I hope you have a blast. I hope the queue passes are working, and they weren't. I found out later they weren't actually working when I went, and that's why we couldn't. Why we didn't get prompted to get one. But yeah, I hope you really have a blast there. While you answer Midvani's question, I'm gonna get those other pieces I was talking about. Grills. tonight. Just going to put together the grill at the front of the car. So as Ava's knowing, she's going in Denver, and that's the same one I went to last when I was out visiting family for Christmas. It was an amazing time with family. We did lots of cool things, as well as just had a lovely time staying back at their house and just hanging out with each other. It's a good question in hindsight if it was a smart time to do it. I do not encourage any poor behavior or poor thinking. It's important to stay safe and to keep each other safe. I got in a booster the week before I flew. I wore an N95 mask the entire time I was on the plane, so I felt like I was being safe, but given how transmissible Omicron is, I feel like you can't ever truly be certain. So in hindsight, I don't know if it was the safest decision. That being said, I'm glad I did it. We had a marvelous time together. So my brother just bought a house, and sister-in-law just bought a house in outside Boulder. This might sound familiar from the news. Their house is in Louisville. Yes, that place that just like half burned down. So the day after I flew back, I had been there for 10 days. I flew back. The next day, my sister-in-law called me and said, "We're all on the road. In case you see the news, don't worry, we're okay. We're all on our way out of town." And that's when I found out that they had all gotten the order to evacuate because of the wildfires. I can say all this in a somewhat positive tone because thankfully things worked out. They were safe, which is the most important thing, and the fires stopped basically at the development next to theirs, so it didn't get to their house. So they didn't lose their house the week after they got it, basically. So thankfully, blessedly, they're okay and the house is okay. So we definitely lucked out in that experience. But just still so surreal. Like I bought orange juice the week before at that Target that burned down. Yeah, just so crazy and so terrible. So that's the semi-bummer part of it. But the semi-bummer, that's a huge bummer, but obviously didn't affect the trip as much. Saying that aside for a second, the rest of the trip was amazing. I had a fantastic time with the family. It was a little awkward at times because my dad was the only person who'd seen me in person. Everyone else had just seen pictures of me presenting like this. And so when I got there, I'm glad, sorry, I know I was one of them. I'm so glad you're okay, Ava. Even now realizing that there wasn't really any risk for you, relatively speaking. I'm babbling. So it was amazing time with them. We, yes. So everyone, even though it was awkward, I was prepared. Like I only brought Jess clothes, but I did bring makeup, and I was thinking, all right, at least one day, the first day after I flew in, I was going to try presenting and see how it felt, mostly for my mom, who was very new too. And I was kind of ready to be like, all right, that was like a one-day thing, or like that was a toe in the water. We'll see how it goes from there. I was very surprised at both how normal it felt and how awesome everyone was. I shouldn't have been. I think I set my expectations low so I can manage my expectations. But yeah, my family was so awesome, so loving, thankfully. I know that's not a common thing, but I got very lucky and they were great. So I was very, very blessed to have a whole 10 days where I presented the entire time, and everyone's great. And of course there was misgendering, and there were some names that got a little bit wrong, and that's not surprising, right? It's a brand new thing. There's 40 years of doing it a different way, which is a long time for people to get used to doing something different. So I have to say, for week one, everyone did an amazing job. And it was also really cool for my niece, who I'd only seen twice before, who's now 2 years and 4 months. We saw her on camera all the time, but we couldn't see in person because of the pandemic. That she got to see me basically only like this and get to know me like this. Now that she's older, she doesn't remember at 6 weeks when it was boy me holding her. She hopefully will only remember her Aunt Jess now. So yeah, it was an awesome time. Oh, and I'll quickly show I got some family pictures. Let's see if I can figure out where my mouse is. I don't know why they're so small. I download them off my phone, and for some reason, they're super small. But that's me and my brother and my niece Stella. And it was really sweet. I thought it was really sweet that my brother observed that this was the first time we had gotten a picture together as brother and sister. So that was just really cool. Yeah, so that was fun. My sister-in-law took the picture. Unfortunately, I got other pictures with her later, but she's not in any of these because she was the picture taker. We were out on a hike and there weren't many other people around. And then this was the family pic. Again, Lauren taking it. But my dad and me, sorry for it being fuzzy, brother, Stella, and mom. So yeah, that was just, it was really neat to get to do that and for it to be okay. Yeah. All right, so just wanted to share that. I know that's not a common experience, especially this early, and frankly for a lot of LGBTQ people. We don't always get it as lucky as I ended up getting it. And so I don't mean to put rose-colored glasses on it. I think I'm amazed and want to talk about it because I recognize that this was a pretty unique and lucky experience. It's what should be the norm. I'm really incredibly lucky that it was so normal and that was fine. So shout out to my family for being awesome. I got the green light to come out to extended family now. So I'm trying to finish my website and write a letter so that I can put out there and both write to them and have the website as a resource that they can learn more about. But I also started, I haven't caught up yet, but I started to go back and find episodes of my past shows. Thank you to the Transverse Network for letting me post copies of them on my own YouTube channel, which I don't really intend to be like a big destination. It's just I wanted to have a record. I wanted to have somewhere around where I can find them if I wanted to. So I remembered some old coding and added a carousel back with some of these. And the site's not fully mobile enabled, but it's getting there. And I think this does work on mobile, so I was inordinately proud of that. And then I also got to add in the two spots where I was interviewed on other shows of the Transverse Network. So that was kind of nifty to add those onto the site. So a little bit of showing off, but if you haven't been here before and you do want to see more of my things or things I've built and created, the creations page in particular has both highlights of recent things I've done and links to my full Flickr page with all of the things. But the last big accomplishment was finishing the town hall, and so I finally posted all those pictures on my website, which you can start to click through as well as go to them directly on Flickr and see them bigger. Okay, back to our regular scheduled program. I'm actually going to briefly leave it up on the website and just jump into my Lego closet and grab windshields and wheel parts so I can keep this truck going, or this hatchback going, I guess I should say. Be right back. Actually, let's do... Nah, that one's more interesting. Things I should have done before. The back of my closet have a number of shelving units that used to be underneath my desk and hold office supplies, and now I put Legos in, and so one of them is the dark transparent glass box. I definitely should have remembered to get that out before now because that was very inconvenient to get to, but hey, we're here. Here they are. All right, so let's try to find some windows for the car. It's the front, the back. I'm gonna try to get a bunch because I'm gonna try to build a bunch of cars. At least 2, hopefully 4, but we'll find out what I have and how easy it is to do. How's it doing this? Does anyone feel like sharing how your holidays went? Would anyone get to do anything similar or been doing anything similar? I'm conscious, it seems sometimes, I've talking with other people, I was talking to Maiden Ariana at least recently, who, if you don't follow her on Twitch, you should. She's amazing, awesome woman, some awesome hobbies and great gaming, and just a very nice person. We were chatting and kind of realized that I think people assume because they see all my pictures on Instagram that I've been out for a while, and in many ways that's true socially, and with most of my immediate friends here in the city. I only present as guests, and that's the way I go out. I'm still not full time. I'm still not out to everyone in my life, and I still don't present this way all the time. For me, it's because of my own threshold of what I want, and that I'm still doing laser, and that's my main focus right now, so that I can feel like when I wake up in the morning and look in the mirror, that ideally I want that to be as much as possible me, this version of me, without feeling like I have to cover it up, which I know it's not always possible for everyone. It isn't necessarily a goal that should be for everyone. That's just what my personal ambition is. And so that's what I've set as sort of my line in the sand for when I'm going full time, is when I feel like I've reached that point. So that being said, that's why I'm not out to everyone yet. Yeah, and why so many of these things that we might have thought I would have done now, or would have done long before, are kind of just happening to me now. These little coming out moments, which is fine. Of course, we're all in our own time, and that is good and right. Seeing yours, famous in Vegas. Oh, awesome, in Phoenix. That's good. I'm glad you got to do that, Emily. I hope it was fun. I hope it was a good time. Hanging out with the little bro. My bro is my little bro, even though he's bigger than me. But he's only 2 years younger, so at this point we're basically the same age. I don't know what year it happened, but there was some year where there was like an inflection point where our ages were like, oh, no, if I met anyone else who was that age, I'd be like, we're the same age. The gulf that existed back in high school is long gone. All right, I haven't found all the windows I want, but just for you don't have to keep hearing me clunk around here, I'm going to put this aside and keep going. Well, you made a podcast. That's awesome. Very, very cool. Is that something that you do regularly, or is that sort of a new thing to get to do? All right, let's see how this looks with some windows on them. So on the side here, you see where I have those little circular pieces and then straight pieces. That's because that's where I'd ordinarily have a door if such a door existed in dark pink and I had it. I don't know if it exists, but I definitely know I don't have it, so I kind of recreated it a little bit. But yeah, that's where the curved part of a normal door, like this orange one, would go in there. So for the dark pink one, we'll go without. Yeah. Coming along. New thing. That's awesome. I'm so glad you got to do that. Trying to think of how I want to do this. I could do that. Another challenge is what can I do with the roof, since again there's not many dark pink pieces available to even do. It might be too short of a roof. Yarg. Yarg is a technical term. It's a technical building term. People don't know that. Thank you, Shyness. I'm glad you like it. I am not as satisfied with how it's going. I feel like it's gotten a little off the rails from what I pictured in my head. That's how it goes. All right, we've reached the stage where I'm taking this off because it's gotten hot. This is not like a strip dance, just taking off the sweatshirt. All right. I do still recommend the hoodie. It's just, you know, wear it in the appropriate temperature environment. And streaming is not that environment. All right, so I have these little flat ones. I'm kind of... Again, this is the... I realize it's, I think the weird realization, I don't know if privilege is the right word, but like what I'm used to when I build, I'm usually like, I feel like I build super fast, things don't take as long, but I think it's because I'm not, like, you know, here I'm trying to constrain myself to this theme and have colors be based on the colors and the different identity flags, which means I have to use particular colors, which definitely constrain what I actually have on hand and what's available, what's even exists in the world. So something that normally is much easier to do becomes much more complicated when I'm limited to different sets of pieces, which is probably why all my cars are the same, like 4 colors, because those are the colors I actually have in abundance. So just sort of recognizing why this is so much more challenging than it normally would be. So I'm sorry I'm going slow. Hey, Jessica. I like to think I could like crank through a car, no problem, super fast. I have 70 cars. But yeah, the realizing what pieces I don't have and how that limits what I can build is definitely a little frustrating. All right, we're not gonna get hung up on that. Let's keep going. All right, I have the front, I need the back. I probably want a little curve up on the back for the gray and the back panel, cover off with the roof. I'll do an angled back to it. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so I'm gonna need some dark gray, dark blay, if you will, dark bluish gray. So I'm gonna grab that bucket, which is not the latest. I also have other colors in here, like light pink and some magenta and light purple. If you can get the reference, bonus points. Dark purple, medium purple, more light pink. All right, now it's all that was a risky move. All dark gray. Now this is the stuff that Ashley tells me I should have gotten out long before this started. She's right. But I did not plan that well, so here we are. I tried to, which is the frustrating part. I tried to. I was not successful. Back with ice cream. What kind of ice cream? That's the key question, I think. Serena Music. If I pronounce that correctly, tell me if I'm wrong. But what kind of ice cream? What is doing here? Different potential pieces I think might have potential to work. I probably will need many, many more since I'm trying to do this multiple times. We won't go too long here. Oh, that can be useful. Jeepers. Nope, too long. Just right. Oof. All right. So, back of the car. I don't even need to slope up that high, that far back. That will not work. All right. Trying to be fast because I'm conscious that I say this will be no big deal and then whole streams go by and I've done almost nothing. So I'm going to try to not be a repeat of that. All right. Yeah, I'll do lights there. All right, all right. Sorry, I should use where you can see. I'm looking for different plate pieces. I'm kind of making it the back of this car. We're going semi-road here. Like, don't look at this, then look at an Outback. They will not match. It's not historical accuracy in this. So many red light pieces are spilling over into the blue. Sorry, I'm trying to picture. Yeah. All right. I'm glad you like that challenge. I normally like that challenge, but I also am frustrated at times when I know I have the pieces, I just can't find them. And especially here, if I was just doing this on my own freely, without having to, not having to, I love this, but if I wasn't doing this while presenting to someone, I could actually go diving and look for things, and the amount of time it would take and the mess I would create wouldn't matter quite as much nor would the direction I'm facing in and all that kind of stuff. But because I'm trying to do this while also presenting, it's a bit of a challenge, but also another reason why I need to do so much more preparation, which again is new for me. I've always just built on the fly, just start going and see how it goes, and definitely not as conducive to that as I'm learning, as I'm discovering. That method of building that I normally do is not as stream friendly, at least in terms of time it takes to prepare. Nope. I'm trying to find a 1x4 brick, like that. I ideally want a few of those. Like 2 more. Haha. Nope. Tricked me. Nope. Keeps tricking me over and over again. Let's just keep going. I can get those pieces for the other ones later if we still have time. It's kind of sad. I feel like I'm gonna be lucky to build one freaking car. Below my standards. It should be higher. It should be more. Now, I was learning about what the colors of the lesbian flag mean, and I've forgotten them. Does anyone here know? I can look it up in a second, but first, just check. Does anyone know what the colors of the lesbian flag stand for? Because they do have unique meanings. Obviously, this magenta being just one of the colors available. Oh. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just experimenting, just experimenting. No, no one's got the answer? Well, you all failed. You failed the test. Nice. I knew the answer. I knew the answer a few hours ago, and now I can't remember. And I'm also absorbed in constructing. Bunden, as my mom would say. Bunden. Which wasn't a German phrase, just saying building funny. Oh, I knew these. I knew these. This is embarrassing. All right, we're gonna just I'm gonna look at it darkly. Do. Dark orange for gender nonconformity. Oh, I zoomed too far out. Orange pink. Oh, that's a new one. I guess there's lots of different ones. So we're looking at the orange pink one. Not gender nonconformity, orange for independence, light orange for community, white for unique relationships to womanhood, pink for serenity and peace, dusty pink for love and sex, and dark rose for femininity. So this is probably the love and sex card. This is the dusky pink, is the current one I'm working on. So there we go. I'm glad you impressed yourself with your builds, Kinslip. I forget if you've shared them before. If you're willing or you want to, if you haven't already, on the Discord, there is a builder's block channel. So it's an easy place to post them if you're willing. I'd love to see them. Yeah, just throw that in there. All right, I'm going to get orange, which I don't have out. Oh. No, I want those there. Okay. That will do round. Alright, so that shouldn't interrupt the tires, so that would work. This would not be filled in. Because there are no plates in this dark pink, it's getting very difficult to figure out how to fill in things that are not a full brick tall. And that's where I'm currently struggling, is trying to fill all this in and make it look nice. I can compromise in a number of different places. I guess I'll just compromise there. That's what I'll do. I answered the question for myself. There'll just be a weird little gap at the bottom, but you didn't notice that. In fact, I might be able to fake that. I could put like a light purple in there, or a light pink. Yeah. Did anyone get the light purple reference? I know it's nonsensical. There was a episode of Celebrity Jeopardy on SNL, so fake Celebrity Jeopardy. And they had Keanu Reeves, and they had a category called colors that end in purple, and he said light purple, and I just love that. And so every time I think light purple, I think light purple. What is light purple? Oh no, do I not have another 1x3? Okay. I can fake it. Alright, so I've added a little light pink, so obviously not the right color. It's not ideal, but hopefully in that little out of the way spot it'll be less obvious and fill in that little gap on the side. But again, you forget that you saw that. Alright, we'll make these double high in the back. to light purple for the back. Because why not? Since there are no dark pink of that shade. Not the most solidly constructed car. It's a little bit weak because there's more. I would usually use plates to like hold things together more strongly, but I can't because I don't have those plates. But that's okay. All right, now this is where I do want to find more of these pieces, which I didn't find earlier. So let me go back into the buckets. Oh, I might have them in this bag. Oh, not the same thing, but I can basically build the equivalent. Oh, I don't know if you saw the gap I was talking about. So yeah, on the back of the car, sorry Midbonnie, I just saw that. There's this little space there. So there's a little gap here. On this side, I filled it in. There's actually a brick with a stud facing out and then a slope, but I have only a very few number of those pieces. And unfortunately, I've already used them all. So I got to the point where you couldn't readily fix it, which is where we are right now. Yeah, this is definitely good that it goes on a carrier because I probably won't be able to fit any people inside this thing because of the limited brick selection available. All right, I think I could give it like a gray roof. I have the hot pink, but I don't have something that covers the entire distance of the top. And again, because I don't have the other colors, I'm struggling with how it will look. Yeah, we'll try. Maybe I can like fake something with a car carrier or something. So that's good, but see there's like a 2 plate high gap, which will be difficult to fill in. Do you have a thought? So these are some of my angled slope pieces, the ones that are 2 sides long. I don't think I have any dark pink though. Oh, here's where I can use the normal color light. All right, I have light pink. I have light purple. Dark purple. All right. Can't tell which looks better, which looks worse. Light purple or light pink. I think light pink. Right, so what I'm doing here, let me turn this back off, is I have a plate here that I put a couple dark pink tiles, because I only have a couple of them, but I have a couple dark pink tiles that match the color of this roof here. Then I'm going to get some regular 1x2 plates, so I'll be right back and get those. So I'm gonna put those on the side. I'm gonna cover these up then with basically a luggage rack, but Now I'm going to take this off. I'm going to attach this to the inside of this, which is not ideal because it limits even the height of the characters inside the car, so their heads might bump. But again, this is going in a car carrier. There won't be people inside, so maybe it'll be okay. And if I slide it in between there, it kind of sort of almost looks like a finished roof. It's not perfect. It's not what I'd love, but it kind of gets the job done for now, at least. I can come back, maybe get some more dark pink ones and fill it in better. Sorry, I feel like I'm compromising so much. Darn dark pink. It's limited color palette, limited availability of colors. I found some more. Oh. All right, let's add wheels and a roof rack. Roof rack I will do. I usually try to do like raised pieces for the roof rack, like an actual like rod going down the roof. But in this case, because I have these plates on here I want to hide, I'm just going to do a flat black 1x6 tile. Jeez, come on. The pieces do not like me today. Don't it? Oh, there we go. All right, that kind of works. You can imagine that's a roof rack, right? All right. Starts at first of all, thank you very much, Carrie, for the bits at all, which is always a wonderful and lovely thing. But I didn't realize it was that straightforward to start a train. That is pretty exciting. That is pretty awesome. And sorry, I'm reading Skin Slip, your comment on the or Ski and Slip. That's probably what you're saying, right? Shoot. Correct me if I'm wrong. And thank you, Midvani, for putting those colors in there. Which should be a present, my low ton conveniently placed and room to build. I get that. I'm sorry you're in a hell house, but hopefully you'll get to build soon. And you can, nothing else, get excited and plan. You can draw plans of what you want to build. You can get ready for it when you're able to. A good job not seeing that gap, Midvani. All right, I'm going to get wheels. I did not grab the bucket of wheels. I'm going to grab the bucket of wheels. I'm going to put some wheels on this sucker. The bucket of wheels. Thank you, Midvani. Too kind, too kind. All right, so many different tires in here of many different sizes. We will do some white-walled wheels. I need to find pieces to attach them to. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Surprisingly heavy. All right. Let's see if this is the right height or if I need to do them higher. Oh, that seems pretty dead on. All right. Normally you probably put like a plate down the middle here and strengthen it, but I'm feeling a bit lazy and there's other things to do, other things to build rather, so I might not. But boom, our dark pink Subaru Outback ish. It's ballpark, right? Ballpark. I feel like the colors might go up, and it's like a solid back now, and then I don't know. Sandy, right? Actually, I can do that. Hold on, I can do that. Ooh, this might be cool. I'm saying this out really knowing what the deal is with this cars. I'm just guessing. Oh, jeez. All right, this might be in this. Ooh, I'll just try this real quick. It was turning out to be a more difficult proposition than I thought. Oh no, 10 seconds left. It means by the time I see it, we're probably too late. I don't know if I can do it on my own stream. Ah. Jeez, this is really on there. Right, we're gonna try this out. Goodness, this really can't part. Huh. Kinda dig that. I wonder if I can make these all 1x2. Yeah, they are. That was it. Yes. Yes. I swear this all has a point. I swear, I swear. Aside from setting things up for the future cars. Alright. I think I'm going to do something a little bit nicer on the truck here. Not even truck. Jeez. Alright, that's why I guess why you put a plate on. I just managed to knock the wheel off by pushing down too hard. Ah, that's not what I meant to do. I like the chair always fully spins whenever I get out of it. It doesn't just like go halfway or part of the way. It's all the way around. Every time. Going for a ride. Son of a bee. Ta-da! It looks better, I think, with light purple on the plates there rather than the light pink slopes on the sides. So here is car number 1 using the dark pink. And then because I couldn't do slopes with the windows here, I did a little angled plate so it'd still be smooth and go back in. Ta-da! Oh, you had to go? Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it, Ski and Slip. If I missed you, sorry, but great to have you. And hopefully one day you'll be able to build and we'll get to see it. Okay, so one car kind of sorted down. Wasn't as smooth as I hoped, but still got the job there. So now I'm going to try to build an orange one. The goal, again, is to do another car for the train. And so I have this piece. And I'm thinking this will be like a fill in the gap here with colors of the lesbian, like part of it. I'm thinking like, you know, do those 7 colors shown on the website bottom to top. But I'll do like, so dark pink and lighter pink shades here, maybe white bars and orange for the middle layer. And then I can have a couple cars all in that one of those shades of the palette on here. I can fit probably 2 per car. This thing's a little bit longer than I thought, so maybe just 1, huh? Yeah, let's be a tall car. Let me do. How should I do these? Any thoughts? Do 2 facing out, and then the next level could be lower, and they could just sit straight. I have no idea what's really done. Like, I don't drive anymore since I moved here. Amtrak doesn't tend to have cargo freight on it. You don't see too many freight chains in Manhattan, at least not on the Upper East Side. So I don't really know. I'm just wildly guessing here. I am open to recommendations. But anyway, that's the plan. Is we're gonna put these cars onto this car carrier onto the train with spikes on the side, spires on the side to hold them in, have another level. It'll be nifty as heck. All right. Sex out of the way. Let's go orange of gender fluidity. I'm not going down the right streets. That's totally fair. All right, this is going to be like a brighter orange, not the dark orange. So this is the next car is going to be the orange of independence. Let's do the orange of independence. All right, so I got some things kind of already set aside in this little tray. All right. Now, I've already changed some of the things I had started to do, so we're going to have to kind of study this a little bit while we make it. All right, but let's see where we can go. First of all, the standard, put on the wheel wells. Easy, straightforward. I just forgot I didn't put a wheel in the other car. That's okay. I'm not actually going to drive it, so we can let it be wheelless for now. Put these sides on here. I'm going to do that. I mentioned before the gaps. So again, there's this little space here. The ideally I'd have a sloped piece. In colors where I have more plentiful number of pieces, I could do like this white inverted slope. Put it in there. You can see it perfectly fills in the gap between the well and this and looks smooth, like it's continuous and went right in there even though that slope is there. And also because it's a slope, the wheel will spin. If you actually put a brick there, if you put something that filled in that whole space, the tire would hit that and would not be able to spin. So you need something, and if I did that, that's where you have that gap. So trying to fill in that gap is one of the first things I was thinking about. And so I did it with the dark pink and what I'm going to do with the orange, given that I don't have any inverted slopes. So I'm going to take this little headlight piece. Then I'm going to take this 1x1 plate and put it on top of that. And then take this 1x1 slope, what's often called a cheese wedge, No, that's not what it's called. I just threw away my adult fan of Lego card. Cheese wedge. There, I put them into there together, and it's basically a recreation of that slope. It looks smooth. There's no stud on top, but I can build across it, and it will be smooth. So that's what I did for the dark pink, and that's what I'll do for this, to fill in at least some of the gaps around the wheel wells. Alright, so it's a little bit smoother this time. Should have one, there we go. All right, now which part do I want to do next? All right, you can build more of the front of the car. So I want right all these pieces. I'm really grooving the music. Hopefully you can actually even hear the music. I know I got all the sound wrong before, but I'm enjoying the mix, which is not something I thought I would say. I would not have thought, yeah, I like EDM, but, and nothing, I don't really have anything against it. It's just not usually something I think about. But you know what? It's like just background. It's kind of perfect. I'm liking it. Nice. So these wheel wells are orange, but they're shorter, but similar idea, similar meeting points. All right, now I need the headlights. Yes. Yes. Right. I have slightly more varied orange pieces, so hopefully this will go smoother than the dark pink, but we'll find out. Trying to look for a couple more orange headlamps because I have a plan for the two I already have. I just realized I probably want two more. I don't know if they exist in here. There's this deceptive almost orange. It's like peachy. It's not quite the same. See one. They're always on the bottom. Whatever I want, it's always at the bottom. Jeez. Shoot, that might be it in here. Luckily, I have two more bins of this. All right. Oh, way on top. All right. Sweet. So many headlights. All right. This is where I'm going to attach the lights. Get the orange for your turn signals. Clear for the front headlights. But it's two headlights, not one headlight. Yes, that was a very rapid Wallflowers reference. All right, now, all right, for the side, I want orange plates. So much easier with a more common color. And orange is not that common, but it's common, more common enough. Ha. Ha. So much easier. All right, now here's a question for you. So last car I did wider lights. I had like clear go on the front and wrap around, but it's like 2 studs wide between the angle and the straight. I couldn't find any smooth pieces, so it has the stud. Alternatively, I could just leave it on the side and just put a grill across the entire middle. What do you think? Which do you prefer? Which route should I go? I will take your direction on this one. While you think about it, Forever's there, and thank you, Forever's who's still there. Thank you always, frankly, for being here at all. Whoever comes, it's always amazing that you do. I'm so glad. It makes it so much more interesting. I hope it's somewhat interesting for you. I'm open to criticism, open to critique. All right, so thank you, Vani. The choices are grill all the way across or grill in the middle with wider lights. So wider lights or wider grill. That's the question. Open to thoughts there. While you do, I'll start putting on the side view mirrors and windows, or doors rather. Wider grill. All right, I like it. Pushing it in. It's now official. Right, this time I actually have doors. Ideally, there's another little angled plate that I could put underneath it, and it would go all the way down to the floor, and it'd be like double high, and you can almost fit a person there. It'd be, yeah, it would be cool on a number of levels. Unfortunately, again, while I have a lot more orange, I still don't have all the kinds of bricks I'd like in orange, so it's still a little limited. All right, there's that. This time I actually will put a steering wheel in. Way down there. Could probably do it higher. I could do more for the interior in general, but doing this quick. It's going on a car carrier. All right. Pop the windshield on. We'll start the windows, but I need more of the car to go on to finish that. All right. Trying to find the pieces to do the rear bumper, which I don't think exists, so I'll probably, oh, there's one. Thank you for the concurrence, Ashley. Wider grill confirmed. Much appreciated. It's my limited audience participation moment of the night. Sorry, I feel like I've been quieter on this one and chatting with you. It's my own preoccupation since I didn't have a plan. Well, I had a plan. The plan did not work out as smooth as I hoped. That's where things went wrong. My plans laughed at me for daring to try to have them. They said, "What were you thinking? We decide how this goes." That's what the plan said. The plans are kind of rude. All right. Side note, do you like the heart? That's new. I had that and the "Everyone is Awesome" sign lit up together. So I can say, "Alexa, turn off awesome." That probably didn't work. "Alexa, turn off awesome." You can see. "Alexa, turn on awesome." This will probably be too tall. And stop the windows from turning. Yes, the wheels, not windows. All right, I want 1x1 orange plates. All right, be right back again. You can just follow me everywhere. All right, we're making it there. We're getting there. And wow, I might have actually had 2 cars built. A little less than the 4 in the train car, I thought. But that would have required me to actually have all the pieces and just be like boom, 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 just slapping together and not be figuring out as I ended up. the front of the car really slowed me down when I realized that the pieces I wanted did not match my aspirations for that. All right, so a little bit smoother. Again, the lights make it less obvious, but that the gap has been filled with the right color this time. Ha. That'll do. So this time over here I went double high on the lights because I didn't have any dark pink plates to put in there. This time I do have orange plates, so I'm going to have thinner lights, but I'm going to have the orange kind of continue back through there. So I kind of, I don't know, I think I like that. I want to try it at least. Whoa, all right. I said whoa at one point because I found an inverted orange slope, which actually, if I can find more of them, I can use the sort of makeshift parts that look good, but the parts would be more valuably used elsewhere if I can replace them with other slopes, but I need more slopes. I don't know if I have them, but briefly looking, just in case. Yeah. Alright, not looking super likely. Alright then, we can leave it as it is and try again some other day. Wow. I feel like this already looks much better than the dark pink one, or at least a little more solid and less basic. I was banking on you not having anything named Awesome, Ashley, so I was hoping your Alexa, I just did it again, would be okay. But my apologies if I made it go insane. I came together a lot better. I guess because I've had a little bit more practice now. Alrighty, now we will pop on the back of the car. And the wheels. All right, speed wheel assembly. If you're not building something with both your hands, you're wasting time. Ta-da! Oh, roof rack. Now, this is a controversial thought. Hear me out on this one. I almost feel like the gray wheel wells look more like real Subaru Outback versus the matching color. Right? Like, I love the smoothness of the orange. I'm just wondering if switching to gray wheel wells will look more Outbacky. Open to thoughts and more. You can mull for a second. It can be the final decision of the night as we draw to a close here. You can also maybe start to do something like this. You can definitely do something like this. Prison color. All right, we got vote from Ashley, keeping it the same. Okay. Yeah, I didn't for the dark pink. I didn't have there. I don't know if there are wheel wells in dark pink, so I had to go with another color. So that was kind of forced. I just then seeing it, I wasn't sure. Authenticity wise. Cool. Thank you. We will keep it as is. All right. Oh, I just realized this isn't the darkest color I have. There's probably, oh, there's, all right, shoot. It's okay. It's okay. We're going to do even darker color underneath this. Man, they're all slope pieces. Interesting. There's some plates though. Yeah, I won't use this. All right, how rapidly in the final few minutes with my ever out of focus camera can I build this last thing? Like, what is it focusing on that it thinks this is right? And to here. There we go. All right, there's the dusky rose of femininity, the hot pink of love and sex, and then we will have a layer above for light pink. And that might be as far as we get tonight. All right, I need 3 more. It's suddenly hard to find. All right, we'll do that. All right. So, got the kind of base filled in. Create a level surface, which I'll do with light pink. Car 1, car 2, and then, geez, I almost feel like that's tall enough, but we'll see. But yeah, we'll work in the other colors. We can make this sucker work, and it's gonna be awesome. All right, I think that might be a wrap, folks. It has been a delight, as always. I wish I could have achieved a little bit more progress. That's all on me. You were very patient. I hope it was worth it and not too terrible to watch me fuddle my way through figuring these things out. I guess you get to see some of the live creative process. We'll say that as the excuse, right? We have our hot pink. We have our orange. We got a solid couple cars already locked in, hopefully outbackish in our stereotyping of the lesbian community. But yeah, I haven't told my mom yet what her car means. But this has been an awesome start and a nice continuation, I think, of our trans train. We'll have that. We'll have a car which will have all the colors of the lesbian flag and so many more cars. I want to do a fuel car, maybe a zoo car. I don't know. I'm again very open to thoughts, but we can hopefully make this cool and interesting as we build out the train. And I'd love your thoughts on it. But most of all, I just love when you come. It's great for all of you who are willing to spend some time with me here. It's great to get to share and spend this little time and get to do this little bit of experiment, which is streaming. So thank you. And if you haven't already, I'd suggest and recommend, advise, and be delighted if you chose to follow the Transverse Network, where you not only get this show and other episodes of Builder's Block from myself and from the others who build, but so many other great programs that are made by and for the trans community and for allies and for everyone. You'll all get to see it with a core of people under the trans umbrella that are the creators who are putting on these productions. We'll have great things like the Transgender Show, which is our sort of flagship interview show. We have the Transistence News Show, and many, many others. I would say them. In fact, I had a different coming up slide, but I just realized a lot of the networking changed over the holidays. I have not caught up on all the new things out there, but I hope you'll consider following. If you are following, I hope you'll consider tuning in, and we'll get to catch you on more episodes of interesting things from folks who happen to be trans. But for now, it's been an awesome Wednesday. I just want to say that I have been Jess, you have been awesome, and this has been The Builder's Block. Thank you so much. And until next time, stay well. All right. Love you all. Bye.